I'm with Rory, Kinesis stand, and what we got here is
our second of 3 brand new models is the Tripster ATR. Now, Tripster existed for some years in our range and still does as an aluminium bike, and the Tripster was a stock favourite for somebody that wanted to do some sort of adventure road riding and run a bigger tyre and disc brakes.
Oh yeah, that's a nice tyre, isn't it?
But the Tripster ATR is really a different beast altogether from the Tripster that people have known before.
Yeah. But it's not just a bodged cyclocross bike like so many people presume to produce.
No, we produced the Crosslight Pro 6, which is our purpose-built disc brake cross bike.
Right.
And the Pro 6 can double up probably as a pretty sporty road bike with a slimmer tyre. But the Tripster ATR you're looking at here really doesn't deserve to have a skinny tyre on it at all, because it's designed around much bigger tyres than the Pro 6 can cope with. So you can fit a 40mm tyre with mudguards comfortably into this frame. Without mudguards, you can fit a 45mm tyre if you want to. The bottom bracket is much lower than the Pro 6, about 10mm. The hairnail is considerably slacker. The fork's totally different. The frame's made out of titanium, not alloy.
So this is a real adventure bike.
Yeah, the Tripster ATR stands for Adventure Tour Race. Probably the least you'll do on this is race, but if you wanted to do a bit of privateer cross racing or maybe a 3-peak side cross race, that sort of thing, it will be a good weapon of choice for the privateer who does the odd race. You can do that. But adventure touring, gravel road racing,
touring in Scotland.
Bike packing is becoming quite a thing in mountain biking, and I think we can see probably people taking their road bikes with a minimal amount of baggage, maybe on the frame on themselves, and going for 2-3 day expeditions on bikes like this. We sponsored Mike Paul, who got the record for riding around the world, and if this bike had been available at that time, then I suspect this would have been a good choice for that sort of adventure.
With those tyres, absolutely brilliant. Well, it's titanium, is it?
So yes, it's a similar grade titanium that we use in our well-known Gran Fondo titanium road bike, which is a sportive bike, but a totally different design ethos.
That's nice then.
We've got beautiful deep-cowled dropouts. There's a different sort of hanger arrangement here. Gives good weld area, much larger stays than you would normally see on any road bike for strength. Still some concession to comfort with the curved seat stays. Obviously rack mounts.
I have to say those rack mounts caught my attention straight away. They're very nice.
Still attention to detail that we do on the Kinesis with that little chain peg.
Oh yeah, look at this.
Which is just useful. We don't see that on many people's bikes.
No, not anymore. No.
Have a look at the what we call the skeletal disc mount on there, John.
Righty.
Very elegant.
That's not elegant. That's more than elegant.
Some people have asked us why we don't put the disc down in this area on the bike.
Oh right.
Which is what we've done on the Tripster, the standard Tripster. There's actually much more complication in putting the brake in that area, especially if you're looking at getting heel clearance.
Oh right, yes,
and this sort of thing. So
yeah, of course.
Whilst it's a more conventional position, it does actually work better for us when you skin the bike up, especially as a touring machine.
That would have been a great commuter during the snow, wouldn't it?
One of the things that I'm totally in love with on this bike is the head tube.
I noticed that.
I haven't got a name for it, but it needs something like the Pamela Anderson head tube or the J-Lo head tube or something, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Have a look.
Are you suggesting it's got a big bottom?
It's got a beautiful shape.
It is actually. It looks very poetic. I mean, it does look nice.
And this new head tube will also be on the Gran Fondo titanium.
Fluted.
So it's tapered, obviously.
Yeah.
But where we see alloy head tubes, if you scan down to the A theme we were talking about, on our Pro 6, alloy head tubes tend to bulge out. And there's a different set of sort of parameters around bikes that need to be super stiff. But with this head tube, the sort of slimline look of it keeps the sort of elegance of the bike.
That's true.
And I think it's just rather attractive.
It is. I like it.
The fork is interesting as well. It's a totally different fork from other brakes in our range. It's got massive clearance, sort of more akin to sort of mountain bike fork in terms of clearance, but it's not a mountain bike fork. It's got curved blades, concession to comfort, carbon bladed fork obviously, and this clearance that I was talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of clearance.
So we haven't got the biggest tyre. It's just a 32mm tyre on here. You can see there's plenty of room with the mudguard, but even bigger tyres.
That's for sure.
Off you go.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
In a moment we'll show you some new brakes from Tektro TRP are coming, which would be perfect for this sort of bike as well, which sort of adds further interest to this category. But Tripster ATR, full titanium frame and fork. It's going to be $14.99 as a frame set, and with this build kit as well available, it does mean you can take an off-the-shelf ride on this bike come early spring. Should be available in April.
Brilliant.